Hi there, I'm Sean, and I wanted to do a reading from some of the recently released records. This is from Big Turtle, which follows some of the teachings of Yehoshua as he was with the Ojibwe 2,000 years ago. This is from the beginning of this Big Turtle, and it's specifically Chapter 2, Part 2. The villagers followed Yehoshua as the forest thinned and the river widened, tumbling over rocks and forming a small waterfall that sang like a choir of silver bells. Mist rose from the cascade, curling over stones and ferns, touching the faces of the children and elders alike. Yehoshua stopped at the edge of the pool formed beneath the falls, kneeling to touch the water. "Look upon this water," he said, his voice gentle and deep, "and know that it is the same water that flows through your bodies, through the earth, through every living thing. It bends, it moves, it flows around obstacles, yet it continues on its journey to the sea. So too does the soul of man, guided by the Creator. It flows through trials and joys alike, shaping and being shaped, ever moving toward its origin." He lifted a handful of river water and let it trickle through his fingers, sparkling in the sunlight. "Do ye feel it? This water is patient, yet unstoppable. It teaches endurance without resistance, humility without weakness, and grace in motion. So must ye learn to move with the currents of life. Each act of love, each choice of courage is a drop in the river of eternity, and even the smallest drop has meaning in the eyes of the Creator." The children stepped into the shallow edge of the pool, letting the water swirl around their feet. Yehoshua smiled, kneeling beside them. "See how it moves around your toes, yet does not harm you. Life will move around your heart, and trials will pass through your hands. Yet if ye remain grounded in faith, the Spirit of God flows with you, not against you. Every sorrow, every joy, every fleeting moment is sacred, for it is God's breath moving through your life." He rose and gestured to a clearing nearby, where the sunlight caught dry leaves and small twigs, striking flint and stone. He sparked a small fire. The flames danced and flickered, bright and warm against the shadows. "Now see the fire," he said, "for it teaches a different truth. It burns with clarity. It transforms. It illuminates the darkness. So too does the Spirit of God within your heart. It burns to reveal truth, to purify your intentions, and to ignite the courage needed to walk the path of righteousness." Yehoshua traced a finger through the flames without harm, showing how the fire can be embraced with knowledge. "Do not fear the trials that inflame your heart, or even the suffering, for even the suffering can purify and illuminate. When ye face anger, loss, betrayal, or fear, let the fire of faith burn brightly. Let it guide you, not consume you. The Creator gives fire to warm, to light, and to teach, not to destroy the faithful soul." The villagers watched the interplay of water and fire, the flowing river and the dancing flames, and Yehoshua continued, walking slowly between the two. "See how the water and fire are different, yet both come from the same Creator. One flows, one burns, one bends, one rises, yet both serve the purpose of life. Both carry the light of God. So too must your soul balance humility and strength, patience and passion, gentleness and courage. Neither alone is enough, yet together they reflect the fullness of God's Spirit." He reached down, cupping both water and flame, touching the river, then letting his fingers pass through the fire. In your life, beloved, ye shall face the cold and the hot, the smooth and the jagged, the calm and the storm. Know that the Creator is within all things, and all things teach. Let your soul drink deeply of water when it is weary, and rise in the fire when courage is needed. Each element shapes you, each trial refines you, and each blessing opens your heart to the heavens. Yehoshua's gaze softened as he looked at the children, then the elders. Do ye feel the connection? The water that nurtures, the fire that awakens, both carried by the hand of the Creator. So too must ye embrace your own soul, patient, resilient, fiery, and alive. The heavens watch your steps, the earth holds your presence, and God walks with you in every river, every flame, every breath. He knelt, placing both hands into the river, and then cupping the flame from the fire without harm, letting the children mimic his actions. Know this, the Spirit of God is not distant. It moves with you, flows through you, burns within you. Every joy, every sorrow, every thought, every act is sacred. Let your heart remain open to the lessons of the water and the fire, for they reveal the depth of the soul and the wisdom of the Creator. The sun climbed higher, scattering light across the misty pool and the dancing flames. The villagers felt a sacred rhythm, their hearts beating with the river, their spirits ignited by the fire, their souls aligned with the teachings of Yehoshua. Children laughed as they stepped into the water. Elders reflected in silent awe, and all felt the intimate presence of God in the smallest ripple, in every flicker of flame, in the very core of their being. Yehoshua rose, his hands glowing with light, and spoke one final truth as the villagers watched in quiet reverence. Remember always, the water teaches patience, the fire teaches courage, the soul of man is both. Walk humbly, act boldly, love freely, and your heart shall mirror the heavens. Let your spirit flow like the river, burn like the fire, and know that the Creator's hand is always upon you, shaping, guiding, loving. The villagers followed him onward, the water mist clinging to their skin, the warmth of the fire lingering in their hearts. Each step became a living Idizukan, teaching, each heartbeat a testament, and every soul carried the reflection of God's wisdom, eternal, intimate, and luminous.